ready for this? Do I have chocolate on my face?
Yep.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Foster the Meeple, a channel all about
board games
and
board gaming things.
Exactly. My name is and
Jeff.
This is Jeff. Jeef and Jamae, you may also know us by. We are here today to do our August board game wrap-up.
I was going to say something and then I got deep in thought.
What were you thinking about?
We didn't play a lot of games.
We didn't play a lot of games.
August and September are busy for us usually.
Yes, so August was a very busy month for us. We didn't play a ton of games.
Fair amount still,
yeah,
but
we
not
still
as
played...
much for what we normally play.
No, and there's a few reasons. We had a wedding we had to go to, we had family visiting, and I had a tooth emergency. It was tooth hurty. I had to get a root canal, and that pretty much took me out of commission for like 2 full weeks.
Yeah, we lost about half the month, I think.
Yeah, because I was like in pain for the 1 week, and then I got the root canal, and then I was in pain. It was actually on this side. I was in pain for another full week until it healed, which it has. I can even chew soft things on that side now. It's very exciting. So we are here to tell you about the games we played. Who won, who lost.
I feel like I don't actually know how I did this month, but I feel like it was not good.
I guess we'll have to wait and see. So let's jump in. First game that we played in the month of August, we don't actually own. It is Zach's game.
Play? Oh.
How did we play it? What? Why do I feel like you're judging me exponentially today? The first game that we played in the month of August was the Builders of Antiquity. And we played this with Zach. This is a game that we had never heard about before.
Does my hair look stupid?
No, it looks great. You ask me that every like 10 minutes.
It's hard to know if my hair looks good if you're not giving me any compliments ever.
Oh my god, Jeff is like on a hunt for compliments. Can you guys leave him some compliments about his hair down below?
It's not even just the hair. You never say anything nice. You never just like, you're never like, you look really good today. Jeff? Your hair looks really nice. No, you can't, it can't be prompted.
You look really good today. Your hair looks really nice. I like your shirt. I like how it's blue and there's no logo. Builders of Antiquity. We played this one with Zach. This is a game that we had never heard about. It's a pretty simple, like, card-based game. Can you stop it? You're, like, building out Antiquity. I don't even know what it is, but you're, like, hiring staff to build, is it monuments?
I don't remember.
I don't really remember either. Yeah, I remember I liked it. You didn't like it.
Normally when I say I don't like something, it just means like I somewhat liked it. Not like never means like I never want to play it again. Not like for me means like eh.
But I did enjoy it. I did win, so...
Always helps.
Always helps. Never hurts. Yeah, I can't even, like, we can't even remember what it was about. We played it very quickly.
I think you're building, like, statues and stuff.
Yeah, you're literally, like, you're hiring people, you have tools, you're building things.
I know you're building things, yeah, obviously. It's called like... Builders of Antiquity. And Antiquity, I think, was, like, a time frame where culture and stuff was important. So I'm assuming it's, like, statues and artwork. And I'm looking it up because it's going to drive me nuts. It's called The Builders Antiquity. Just FYI. So, we apparently don't even know what the name of the game is.
Okay, it's just one word I put too many. What's it about?
I'm reading! It doesn't say.
If the Board Game Geek doesn't know what it's about, neither do we. That's not our fault.
Yeah, you're building...
Antiquity. It's like monuments and stuff, right?
That's German. That doesn't help me. Yeah, okay, you're building like the pyramids and the Great Lighthouse and etc., etc., etc.
You want a Peggy's Cove? Anyways, the point is, I won. Doesn't matter what the game's about. Next!
Next up, from Blue Orange Games, designed by Bruno Cathala, Kingdomino.
Kingdomino. We love this game. We talk about this game pretty much every month. We played this a total of 7 times. Of those 7 times, 4 of them were with the Table Nuts crew, and 1 of them was with Zach. The rest was just with us.
Me and you.
Me and you. You and me. So, of those 7 times, Zach won once, Dulio won once, I won 3 times, and Jeff won twice. I'm amazing at this game. So that is Kingdomino, tile placement game where you're building out a kingdom.
Yep.
Not much else to really say about it.
Tile drafting, tile placement.
Tile drafting, tile placement.
I think we've talked about Kingdomino enough by now.
Yes, we played that one a ton. There is one game that you're not going to see on this list this month that is almost hurts my heart to say.
Yep, I know.
We didn't play Silver Bullet once this month.
Nope.
I don't know what we were thinking. Let's move on before I start to cry. Next we have Sushi Go / Sushi Go Party from Game Right, designed by Phil Walker Harding. We played this with my brother Zach when he came to visit. So we played once in person with Zach. We played twice online on BGA. And of those 3 times, I won once and Jeff won twice. The wasabi plan finally worked out for you.
So we should mention we have the Sushi Go Party, but we still have only played the original Sushi Go, even with the party version.
Yeah, because it was Zach's first time playing, and we wanted to just make sure that we all knew what was going on. It's a card drafting game where you're trying to do set collection with sushi. It's adorable, it's fun, and we love it. It is a staple.
Next up from Stonemaier Games plus Bezier Games, designed by Ben Rossett and Matthew O'Malley. Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig, Koopa von Ludwig.
Ow.
It's semi-co-op. You have a person next to you and another person next to you, and you're building 2 castles. You are between 2 castles. And you're building each of those castles with the partner to your left or your right. And you're drafting rooms, passing tiles, drafting a new room, and then just placing them in your castle. And each room scores a little bit differently. Sorry, my eye is killing me. Any hoozles, that's Between Two Castles.
That's Between Two Castles. We
in a nutshell.
Have a full review of this if you are interested. We played this a total of one time in the month of August. And of that one time, we played with Zach. So we played our first 3-player game of this, and I won. Undefeated. Undefeated.
Have you never lost at this?
Never.
Don't love it at 3. I think this is a even number type of game. 2-player, 4-player, 6-player.
Yes, we've played it at 2, 3, and 4.
And 5.
We don't know that many people. 2, 3, and 4. And of all of those variations, the 4-player was our favorite. The Initiative from Unexpected Games, and this is designed by Corey Knitska. We also have a full overview and review of this game. It was sent to us for review from Asmodee Canada.
Yeah.
And we are up to the last mission. We thought that we would be able to finish this before we filmed this video, but life had other plans for us. So we are 1 mission away from completing this game. It has been full of twists and turns and emotions and surprises. This is a cooperative code-breaking game where you are a group of teenagers in 1994 who find a board game, and there's lots of puzzles and things and stuff to do.
I will say that in our review, we were like, we don't know if we could pass this on.
We still don't know if we can pass it on. I think we could, but we don't want to tell you why or why not. But anyway, we really like this game.
So good.
It's so good. There are no winners and losers except for the fact that we have not lost a scenario yet. So we're amazing at this game. We do recommend it. It is great, but do keep in mind that this may or may not be a one and done game.
I would say it's leaning on the legacy.
More legacy than campaign. Fun.
Yeah, very good.
Okay, next we have the channel.
Wild Space, and this was sent to us for review from Asmodee. You can go watch that.
Full overview and
somewhere.
Review.
Jamie puts it up somewhere.
Sure do.
In Magic Land. Wild Space is a set collection card game. You're basically trying to gather certain types of factions to score points at the end. So at the end of the game, you score points based on how many people you have in your faction, and there's kind of a action selection element to this game as well. Again, you can go check it out. We do a full review. I don't feel like I won this. I can't remember.
Actually, you did. So we played this one a total of 4 times. We played it in August twice with each other, and I played it twice myself solo. And of those 4 times, so we're not going to talk about the solo, obviously, because it was just me, but I won 1 and Jeff won 1. So yeah, we do a full overview and review of this game. If you are interested, it is very cute. If you like animals, if you like space, you may enjoy this game. But I would say it is more of an entry-level game. So definitely, just keep that in mind.
Definitely an entry-level, like, kid esque. I think it'd be good for kids. I've said it 100 times.
Or a good gateway game for people who are looking to get into
set collection.
Yeah, so that is Wild Spas. Cute animals. Wish there were cuter ones though. We have
so much hate for the octopi.
I don't like octopus, except for that one that somebody in the Discord sent that turns inside out. And it goes from happy to sad to mad. So next one that we played, we don't own. This is one that we played yet. We played this on BGA with our friends over at Table Knots, and we only played it once, and that is Downforce, and this is from Restoration Games. And you know what? Danielle won.
Danielle did win. I remember this one.
This is a racing game where you are racing race cars.
Yeah, Formula 1 cars. So it starts with an auction element to auction off car colors, and then you're bidding throughout the race on who's going to win and playing cards to move cars around. It's very simple.
Yes, I love this game. We do have this one on order.
Yep.
We are very impatiently waiting for it to get here, but someday we'll have it. Next up, I played. Jeff did not play this with me this month, but that is Overboss from Brotherwise Games, and this is designed by Kevin Russ and Aaron Mesburn. This is a tile placement, tile drafting game where you're building your overworld.
You're not drafting.
You're not drafting, you're tile picking, tile placing, and you're building out your overworld, trying to be the overlord of the overworld. And I played this solo, and I did a solo playthrough of it, which you can also see on the channel if you would like. I love this game. I love it. I love it. I don't know what else to say about it. While Jeff was away at a bachelor party, that's another thing. You were gone away.
Yeah, like most weekends, we've been busy.
Yeah.
Almost every weekend.
All alone, so I had to play by myself. Another one from BGA, and this is a new game to us this month. I friggin' love it. It's called Go Nuts for Donuts, and it is from Game Right. And basically, this is an auction set collection game where you are bidding on different donuts. But the catch is that if you bid on the same donut as somebody else, then nobody gets a donut.
Yeah, so the donuts will be in a slot like 1 to 5.
Yeah.
And you'll pick, I want number 2 donut. And everyone is blindly bidding. So if 2 people pick the number 2 donut, nobody gets anything.
Yeah, and the donuts have like special powers. So like one might give you 2 points. One might let you switch cards with somebody else or whatever.
Like a set collection piece. So the more you have of that one type, the more you score.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. The whole game's ridiculous.
It's so fun.
And every time I've played this freaking game, I end up with like no donuts.
That's because Max and Jeff always go for the same donuts. Like
you basically have to play this game with like, what's the donut nobody wants?
Yeah, but then other people will have that strategy. So anyways, I have a blast playing this game. We played this
I would prefer it in person, I think.
Do you think?
Yeah, just with the chirping and the back and forth. And
so we played this a total of 5 times, and neither Jeff or I were successful in any of those. So Danielle won twice and Max won 3 times. Next up, another one that we also don't own, but we talk about now almost every month, and that is Draftosaurus. This is a dinosaur drafting game where you're putting dinosaurs into pens, trying to score as many points as possible.
Yeah, each pen scores a bit different.
And we've been playing a lot with both the summer and winter boards to add a little spice to our lives. So we played this one a total of 3 times, once again, all with our friends over at Table Knots. And of those 3 times, I won once, Jeff won once, and Max won once. So that is Draftosaurus. We love this game. Next, finally, we played for the first time Star Realms, and this is from Wise Wizard Games, and it is designed by, for sure, someone.
Darwin Castle.
Darwin Castle, and this is a deck building game, just a straight up deck builder. Yeah. This has come recommended to us numerous times. Jazz from the Lobby of Hobbies loves this game, and we talked about it with him, and then we went out and bought it almost the very next day. So we played this for the first time, and we played it 2 times in the month of August, and I won once and Jeff won once.
I should mention Jamie's win really should count as multiple because she absolutely crushed me.
I almost felt bad because I felt like,
it was like
you weren't going to like the game after that.
It was like turn 3 or 4, and I was already down to a point where there was no way I was coming back. Like, you're basically just attacking the other person and trying to get their base down to 0 hit points. I had like 10 left turn 3. Or it wasn't turn 3, but it felt like that.
Yeah, I really quite liked it.
Yeah, me too.
That is Star Realms. Next, another one that we don't own and another new one to us this month, and that is For Sale. And we played this 2 times on BGA with our friends at Table Knots. And it's actually kind of funny because Max really pushed us to try some new random games. More will be coming up in this list where we basically just kind of click around, hope for the best.
Normally it's chaos. This one worked out though.
This one worked out really well.
They all work out.
For Sale is another bidding game.
Yeah, it's an auction game.
Yeah, you're bidding on houses. And then later, and once you collect all your houses, you're trying to
sell them back for money,
yeah.
which are the victory points.
Just like the real world, only it's more fun.
I really liked it. It was fun.
But yeah, we played this twice. I won once and Max won once. And none for Jeffrey. Womp womp.
I'm just uncovering that I suck at games.
No, you don't.
It's fine.
Next up, another one that we don't know. We played on BGA with our friends over at Table Knots. And this is another one that Max wanted to try, and that is Skull. I really liked this. You weren't a huge fan of it, but basically, I don't even know how to explain it, but you're kind of like, you're putting this like little skull token in a stack of things, and then somebody will call out and has to determine whether or not
it's basically like you're going to pick a number. Let's just say there's 4 players and you're going to pick a number. So people are like secretly putting skulls or may not put skulls into their hand, their deck in front of them. And then it'll come around to you and you have to say like, I think I could reveal 3 cards and none of those 3 cards be a skull. And people could be like, yeah, I believe you. I think you could do that. Or they say, no, I'm going to challenge you on that. Then you have to reveal 3 cards in any order. And if you reveal a skull, you like lose one of your skulls in front of you or something. And that's
literally every time.
You eventually eliminate people.
I took the risk and every time there was a skull. So I did not do well at this game. At all. I got out very quickly. Max won this game.
I'm butchering that explanation.
Yeah,
by the way.
We only played it once. So next we played a game, once again with our friends from Table Knots, called 6 Nimmt.
I always say nimmt. I don't think that's how it's pronounced, but I think it's like nimmt.
Another one that is just it was a click and...
I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too. It's a simple card game. I could not possibly tell you what this game is about.
I didn't figure it out what was going on until about 3/4 of the way through.
Yeah.
But basically you have, I think they're bulls. There's bulls on the cards. Yeah. All the cards have like numbers on them from like 1 to 100, I think. And you're playing these cards down and they go in numerical order.
Right.
And once 7, I think, are in a row, you have to take the full row.
Right.
And you deduct the amount of points that are on the bull cards from your score, decreasing down below 0.
Those.
You want to at least strategically take a row that might not have a lot of numbers in it.
Right. But it was fun.
It was a lot of fun. I'd like to play it. I would like to play that again.
Next, finally, one that we have again.
We do have this one, and this is Project L from Board Cubator. I'm not going to touch it because every time I touch it, it leaves like marks on it.
The meat princes.
Yam Sukal, Michael Mikes, Adam Spinell. Project L is a really fast puzzle builder. Tetris piece
placer.
Puzzle.
It's a puzzle, like
placement.
Tetris.
So you can take a puzzle from the middle market, and you are taking your Tetris pieces, and you have so many actions per turn to put Tetris pieces in. And once you complete a puzzle, you get your Tetris pieces back, and you can grab new puzzles, and you can upgrade to new Tetris pieces. It's amazing. It is so good. I'm terrible at it, but it's so good. I have so much fun playing this game.
Yeah. The game itself is not difficult at all. You're just trying to fill out your puzzle cards, but to maximize your points is kind of where...
You want to optimize your turn, and that's a combination of, again, placing pieces, upgrading pieces, grabbing puzzles, because everything you do takes an action.
Yes.
And you only get 4 a turn or 3 a turn.
And this game was on our Shelf of Shame and on our Shelf of Shame games we must play, so we did knock this one off of the list. We played it a total of 2 times, once just with the 2 of us, and then once with Zach when he was visiting. So 2-player and 3-player. Does not matter. The player count does not change the game, would you say?
It'll be a bit faster because more puzzles are getting completed.
Yes.
The game overall doesn't change. It just might be faster.
So we played it twice and I won both times.
That doesn't shock me at all.
Puzzling.
I think I go into these games knowing.
Jeff doesn't feel like he can win it, but I believe in you.
It's so good. Like, so good.
Yeah.
And it's very so much fun.
Textile, where like the
pieces are awesome.
They remind me of Azul pieces. It's that material. They're not as like heavy, but it's just fun to play with them. Tactile, not textile.
I
think textile.
Yeah,
is
it's
like
not textile.
Fabric.
It's tactile.
Anyways, next game we have, finally, is Calico. And this is from AEG Flat Out Games, designed by Kevin Russ, who you will remember is also one of the designers of Overboss. Love him. We played Calico 2 times. This game is very adorable. I love it. It makes my brain melt. It is a very puzzly, like you're basically building out this quilt to please these cats. And the cats only want certain patterns in certain places. So you have the cat's preferences that you need to build onto your quilt. Yep. Then you also have 3 different quilt objectives that are all kind of falling into each other. Yep. So it's one of the most puzzly puzzle games that we have.
I would also say too, like, if you have analysis paralysis, be careful with this game because you have to understand you are not going to optimize everything. It's just, in my opinion, in our limited plays, it's impossible. There's just too many things to go wrong. And as you go in this game to the point where there's like 5 or 6 placements left, you've inevitably screwed something up.
Yeah, I love it though. I love this game.
It's very good. I have a lot of fun playing it.
Yeah, even though it makes our brains
But it's like every turn I'm like, ugh. You will eventually just place one and be like, that's a great turn. And then 2 turns later be like, oh, that actually botched everything.
It feels like every decision matters. Everything you do triggers something else that you're going to have to do, whether it's pattern or color or whatever.
Don't try to do all of the things.
I try every time and it screws me up.
I think you need to kind of like focus on, so last time I focused on cats and buttons. I tried to focus on everything. Yeah.
So we played this twice, once just the 2 of us and then once with Zach when he was visiting. And of those 2 times, I won once and Jeff won once.
It shocks me that I've won.
That second time was the time that I had analysis paralysis. I was trying to do everything, and Zach kept drafting the tile that I wanted every single time. Not on purpose. He didn't know what I was going for. And then eventually I was like, are you kidding me? Like every round, he took the exact tile that I needed, and then it basically just kind of screwed over my whole plan.
See, that second game was the one I went in and I was like...
Yeah, you were filling it with buttons.
I was like, I'm just going for buttons, and I'm going to get as many cats on the board as I can.
That is Calico. Love it.
Yeah, it's very good. We have a big boy, and that is...
Oh, I should say Calico is also on our shelf of shame games we must play. So we also knocked that one off the list.
So is this one.
So is this one.
From Final Frontier Games, designed by Carl Van Ostrand, Johnny Pack, and Drake Villarreal. Merchant's Cove. And let me tell you. How much I enjoy this bad boy.
So good.
Merchant's Cove is an asymmetrical action selection. Yeah. You are playing one of 4 characters? 5 characters?
No, 4.
4? Okay, and each play somewhat differently, even mechanically. So I played both games as the blacksmith, and the blacksmith's mechanic is dice rolling. So I roll dice, and I place these dice in my forge, and allows me to take actions on the board. Jamie has played as 2 separate factions.
Yep, I played as the alchemist and as the captain, the sea captain. Yeah. So the alchemist has like marbles.
It's like a plinko thing, and the marbles come down this plinko thing, and she's allowed to use them for her spells and stuff.
Brewing potions, and then with the captain, you're kind of traveling to different places to get different bonuses.
Yeah. Essentially what each character is doing is producing goods for incoming people to buy. So each round there's people on boats, and you're building things, and you're manipulating the boats that are coming into this cove to buy your goods. And trying to score as many points as you can. I will mention one thing. There's not a ton of player interaction in this game.
No.
You're kind of building your own engine and doing your own thing, and then trying to optimize your point scoring. That's something you're not really into, then...
Probably not for you.
Not for you, but I friggin' love this game, man. If you like to kind of optimize your own thing in front of you, this is the perfect game for you. I freaking loved it.
We loved it. We painted the characters, which makes it even better. Jeff painted the little ships. So we played this twice. We played it at 2 players and 3 players. And of those 2 times, Jeff won once and Zach won once, which I think is a real kick in the pants because I learned how to play every faction and I taught everybody how to play them. and I still lost.
I really like the blacksmith.
You should try somebody different.
Yeah, I want to keep playing this.
I'd like to play with every different faction to figure out which one is my favorite, and I would love to get the expansions because people have said that the expansions do change the game up. And
yeah, that's a game I'd get an expansion for. I think it'll get played enough.
About it, if you're getting it, just know it's going to take you forever to put it together, and things will fall apart, and you will get frustrated. And then when you have to put it all back,
putting it away is very annoying.
Yeah, Jeff was not happy.
Very annoying.
Next up, we have Carnival of Monsters, and this is from Amigo Games, designed by Richard Garfield. This is a
drafting.
It's a card drafting game where you're basically trying to build out a carnival of monsters. So you're going out into the wilderness to catch monsters to put in your carnival. You, very much like Magic the Gathering, who Richard Garfield designed that, you have to have the right type of land card in order to capture that monster, and then you have to be able to cage them and all of these other things. There's different objectives. This game, I love. I love this game. I think
very good.
The art is beautiful. The components are great. There is a ton of cards that come in this, so lots of variety. Although in this playthrough that we did, we got sandbagged, or we got
that's not the we got hosed.
Hosed is
Yeah, this is a tough one sometimes with the amount of cards that are in the deck that you're drawing from. You can
There's
just have
240 cards.
You can have weird rounds where, like this last one, it was just everyone was kind of like,
"There's nothing I can do.
We can't do anything," and it actually it decreased our experience with the game.
Yep.
Luckily, we've played it enough that we know that was an anomaly, but we played it with Zach, and it was his first time playing it, and it just wasn't the optimal play. It's very good. I like it a lot.
Yeah, so we played that one time with Zach, and I won, so it wasn't all
I
for
feel
naught.
like it wasn't close. All right, next up, we have
another game from our Shelf of Shame.
Stronghold Games, David Turksey and Vangelis Bakiatarkis. Bakiartakis.
I don't know, I can't say it.
Kitchen Rush.
Kitchen Rush!
This is a real-time game.
What a rush.
And it's basically what you are seeing and reading. You are in a kitchen, and you are all manipulating timers to perform tasks, fulfill orders, and score coins so that you can pay for future rounds and future things to pay your workers to unlock a new storage room so you have access to more food. It is chaos in a board game. It is chaos. It is Overcooked,
the board game.
The board game. It is chaos.
Yeah.
So much chaos.
Yeah. And we played the easy version. We didn't play with the event cards or like the extra...
Stress was high.
Objectives. And we played this at 3 players. So Zach, me, and Jeff. We lost. It's a co-op game. This does come with a solo variant. I would love to play the solo. And I really want to play it at 2. I feel like the more people you have playing this game, the more there were literally moments in the game where I was holding my sand timer and I was just looking at the board because the rounds are 4 minutes. You're on a timer. Your workers are the sand timers, so you have to flip them and then you have to wait for that to run out before you could do something else. And then you're like, I have to worry about making these orders, but I need enough ingredients. And at the end, we need money because we got to pay our people or else we have less people, which happened to us. And then when you have less people, you can't do as much.
I'm getting stressed out by you talking about it.
Oh my God.
There's also like 2 workers you can hire. So each player has their own workers. You can hire other workers.
Extra workers,
so then there's those 2 other timers that everyone can manipulate and move and do what they want.
It's chaotic. We did not win. And really the only reason we didn't win, we met all of the win conditions with the exception of we couldn't pay all of our workers. We had one worker that we weren't able to pay. The more you play it, the more you're going to kind of be like, okay, here's the orders. This is we got to get into the groove of it.
High stress game.
So hoping to play that one both solo and 2 players so we can give more thoughts on it.
I think that might be an interesting one to try with Max and Danielle.
I think
just
so
to
too.
Experience it. It'd probably be absolutely nonsense.
But Doolin owns it. There is an updated version of this game.
Doolin mentioned that. He's got the
new ones. I really, really like it.
Yeah.
But
it was fun. I want to try it too. And I think it would be cool to see Jamie do it solo.
Yeah. Next up, we played the Zorro dice game. We played this once with Zach, and Zach won. But basically, this is a simple dice roller game. What I love about this game is you start off by choosing your Zorro character. On each side of the Zorro card, there's a male Zorro and a female Zorro. Diversity in this game is amazing. You have every type of person, big and small, and all different colors and all different, like, everything. It's just amazing. So that took me the longest, was to choose which person I wanted to be, and the person you are actually doesn't matter.
Yep.
So basically what you're doing, you're rolling dice to try and get the right type of dice faces in order to claim some gear.
Yep.
And I forget what those cards were, but you're winning sets of cards basically. The gear gives you ways to manipulate your dice.
Yeah, so gear gives you dice manipulation, and then you are trying to get a set collection of certain colors to add an actual die to your die pool. And then there's bad guys you're fighting.
So when you unlock that first dice, everybody fights that first person, and then the first person to unlock the second dice of the 2 dice set triggers the end game. You're fighting a villain, and whoever beats the villain wins.
It needs to get the person that triggers the end game will unlock that special villain. It has to go through all the way back to them, and then they have to defeat it in order to win the game.
But if nobody defeats it, or if 2 people, like if you were to defeat him and then Zach also defeated him,
I'm wrong,
then you duel.
You duel
against each
against
Zorro. So we played this once. I can't remember if I said, but Zach did win. I really like this game. Dice rolling games, not so much Jeff's thing.
My issue with it
he was
sleepy. Yeah, I was just tired in general. 2, dice rollers just are not my thing.
Not great at
See, but that's tough because dice throwing I love, but
yeah.
I just felt like, okay, so what happened in this game is I just had such bad dice rolls. By turn 3, I was pretty much eliminated because they were getting gear and they were getting all of these things. I had nothing, and I just couldn't win a die, and I just felt like there was nothing I could do as a player. It was all luck, and I just felt like I can't do anything. If they had included an asymmetrical ability for each Zorro that you could be, that might boost it a little bit for me.
Yeah. I mean, a cool thing about this game though is you can ask for help. So like, and if you help somebody and they're successful, then you get free gear. And I think you weren't asking for enough help.
But even still, like, yes, I could have said, I need help. But that still doesn't guarantee a successful roll, because then another person has to roll and it still might not.
Yeah, but I have better rolls than you.
It would have just increased my odds slightly, but I don't think it would have been enough. I'd like to play it again.
Zach got a really nice edition of it too. The Kickstarter that he got is this nice little
it looked great. And
yeah, loved it. Next up, we have Rajas of the Ganges.
Oh, Zach, we don't.
Zach took it home with him. We played this, another one from our Shelf of Shame from the Games We Must Play.
Yeah.
And sent it home with Zach.
A lot of people are looking for our opinions on this, so I think we should take a little bit more time on it.
And this is where we end the video. I guess we'll never know. Rajas of the Ganges, let's just start off by saying we played it once with Zach and I won. And I crushed them all. Ha ha ha.
Yeah. So Rajas... Actually, no, Zach got close at the end. I wasn't that far back, but...
Come on. So this game is a worker placement game.
There's so much
dice rolling game.
Dice rolling. Worker placement.
I think primarily it is a worker placement. It's not pure worker placement. So basically you've got dice and you're trying to add to your dice pool, and every time you collect dice you roll them, and then you can use those specific pips to take certain actions, or you can use any dice to take other actions, or you can pay money to take actions. And how you win the game is you want your money and your fame to cross or to intersect, and that's triggers the game end. This game also has a tile placement component where you're like buying these tiles, placing them out on a grid, and that's also giving you some special bonuses and more actions that you can take. There is a lot going on in this game. The board is like overwhelming to look at.
There's tons of actions.
There's so much that you can do, and yet still you feel like it's not enough sometimes.
It's heavily dependent on dice. In my opinion, if you are going to be successful in that game, it's one thing to have your workers unlock, because you can unlock an additional 2 workers as you play this game.
Yeah, you start with 3 and you can get
but
up
you
to 5.
have dice in front of you that you need to use in order to take actions as well.
Yeah.
And if you run out of dice, which happened to all of us at one point in this game, it is not easy to then build your dice pool back up.
No, because you have to spend like a whole turn placing a worker to get a new dice, and then maybe your next turn you might place another worker to change that 1 dice in for 2 dice. So that's 2 turns gone, just so you have enough dice to do what you want to do. I really like this game, Jeffrey.
I'm sticking to my guns on this. I felt like it was close enough, mechanically close enough to Castles of Burgundy that I would rather just play Castles of Burgundy. With your little duchy in Castles of Burgundy that you're placing your tiles on, you're using dice to take actions in the market of Castles of Burgundy. I just would rather play that game. I didn't mind Rajas of the Ganges, but I just have a difficult time going back to that game when I could just play Castles of Burgundy, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely do see the similarities. I think that there's a place for both of them for me.
Sure,
I think
that's fair.
The thing, like, I love Castles of Burgundy. I prefer Castles of Burgundy if we're choosing between the two.
Yeah.
But Rajas of the Ganges, I love the dice in it. They're beautiful, and I love, like, the fact that there are so many different things that I can do, and, you know, I feel like there would be different ways to win the game, and using the river versus using more tiles, and doing all of these things.
I think that's where we disagree, though. I don't see an instance where I'd want both of these on my shelf. I just would rather have Castles of Burgundy. Yeah. I don't know in what instance, if that was the type of game I wanted to play, and I had both, as you're saying, that I would ever pick Rajas of the Ganges.
Really? No, yeah, okay, so we definitely disagree on it, because I think there would be times where I would rather. And, I mean, we only played it once, to be fair, so I don't know what it would be like. We don't know what it would be like playing with more players, with 2 players.
Yeah, good point. I mean, we prefer Castles of Burgundy, too. Maybe if I played Rajas of Ganges at 2, it would be the optimal. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not choosing between them. I'm just saying I love both of them. So that is Rajas of the Ganges. Now, one last game.
I can't believe I won this.
That we played. Spoiler. Another one we played with Zach. It was Santorini, New York. We love Santorini, and Zach just bought the New York version. And this adds in a different way to play Santorini. It's mechanically, a lot of it is the same. You move, you build. But you have a hand of cards, and each one of those cards has a different type of person or occupation. So we played with police officer, subway worker, iron worker, and engineer. Each one of those allows you to do something special.
Like, I think the police officer allows you to move up
through
and knock someone off or something to that
effect. Or like the iron worker allows you to build twice. Kind of like what the god powers do in Santorini. But
they're coming out every round with and you have to play them, and there's numbers associated with them, and actions happen depending on who has a higher number. And
there's a win condition of you have to have the Statue of Liberty in order to win. You can also block people by building tall skyscrapers.
Yeah, so the engineer allows you to build like actual buildings from New York City, which is cool.
So we played this once. Jeff did win.
I don't think that had anything to do with me being even I've been very clear that I'm not good at Santorini. I was able to just go into my own corner and build. And I blocked myself in with a couple things.
Zach and I were too focused on each other.
They were too far off doing their own thing. By the time they recognized that I was about to win, it was too late.
It was too late. If I had to compare, I think my preference is for original Santorini.
Yeah.
There's just something about, like, the Greek gods and everything, whereas this one, it's like, oh, okay, you're a subway worker.
It was good.
It was good.
It was good. It just added stuff that I was...
beautiful. I would like to play it again. I think I'd be interested to see how it plays at 2. Same thing with Santorini. You could play it at more than 2. I always prefer it at 2. I like that head-to-head because I feel like when you play with more than 2, it's hard to focus on all these other people because I was focused on Zach, and then Jeff was off in the corner winning. Stupid. Anyway, that is Santorini, New York. It is a very beautiful game.
I'll just mention that I've played more Root in the past 2 weeks than I have in my entire board gaming career. I think we're at like maybe approaching 20 games.
Seriously?
Yeah. I constantly have 2 asynchronous Root games going at all times with some friends. And just, again, I didn't really know. I knew how to play Root, but not a lot. Now I know how to play Root, and now I'm just optimizing how I learn the factions and stuff. And I just want to give it a shout out because Root has become a game that I've just, like, I frigging adore it right now.
Jeff would definitely recommend the app. I'm excited because I'd like to
want to play it in person.
Help me learn.
Yeah, I want to play it in person more, but I would recommend playing on the app. It's incredibly good. It's not cheap. I mean, it's like $13, I think, $16 Canadian. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
You've definitely got your money's worth, though.
Yeah, 100%. Hop on it, play it with people you know, if you can, and then ask them questions as you play. Because that's how I learned. I played it with some friends, Table Knots, Kyle, Doolin, Jeremy, and we all just are asking each other questions.
Yeah.
It's allowed me to finally enjoy Root. And once you get to that point, I can almost guarantee you that you'll love it. It's so good.
And I did just want to give a shout out to all of the games that we've been playing with our friends on our Discord. So in the month of August, we had a Santorini tournament, we had a Patchwork tournament, Seven Wonders Duel tournament. They did a Jaipur tournament that we didn't do because we've never played it, and Lost Cities as well.
There's constantly people throwing up tournaments, and kudos to you guys for doing that. Like Roram Dan, Leanne's always talking about it. There's a couple other Middle Class Joe, like all the guys and girls that are in their Discord setting this stuff up. Like, thank you for doing that.
Yes.
It's muchly appreciated, even if we don't hop in.
But we did. I played in the Santorini one, the Patchwork one, and Seven Wonders Duel. I think you just did Seven Wonders?
Did Seven Wonders Duel, yeah.
I forgot how to play Seven Wonders Duel, and Jeff and I played each other, and I almost beat him.
I don't know how.
He was like, there's no way you're beating me.
She got so close, and I was like, oh my god.
I was just randomly clicking things. Anyway,
go figure that we would come up against each other in the friggin' tournament, too.
And we've been playing a lot of Welcome to, Draftosaurus, Downforce, Go Nuts for Donuts, For Sale, Sushi Go, and like Jeff said,
there's always a asynchronous Welcome to game going on as well.
John Hedberg always wins, which is a plus
He
for
didn't
Team
win last
Jamie.
time, Max won.
Oh.
Max won last
Team
one.
Jamie, so that's fine.
I'll say, too, like, for everyone that's watching this that's not in the Discord, like, if you're struggling to find people to play games with,
please come join our Discord.
You don't even have to talk to anyone if you don't want to.
Yeah.
We have a BGA group. Just tag me in Discord. I will add you to the group, and you'll have 30 people to play.
Yeah.
People are always playing games in there.
People just will throw a link into the game request channel, and all you have to do is click on it and sign up. We'll usually just throw it, like, I just started a For Sale game, and I just threw it in there. I'm like, hey, 4 open spaces, first come, first serve, whoever wants them.
It's all asynchronous as well, so you don't feel obligated to play every 5 minutes. I mean, take 2-3 turns a day or whatever you can do. And I just wanted to mention, like, I'll play games. It's happening.
We're having some fun.
Yep.
Totals.
My god.
This month, I won a total of 15 games, and Jeff won a total of 10 games.
That's not as bad as I thought, but it's the totals that are throwing me off.
So that means, so far for this year, I have won a total of 145 games, and Jeff has won a total of 150 games. For anybody who's been watching us for months now, there was a point where I was behind by 19. So Team Jamie, we are making our way back to the top.
It makes mathematical sense, though. It makes a lot of mathematical sense that it would end up close to 50-50.
I think it's going to end up with me to the moon. That's what John Hedberg said today. Those are all of the games that we played in the month of August. A bit of a slower month for us, but
I still think it's a fair amount.
A fair amount. And what I'm most happy about is that we played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We played 14 new to us games. That's pretty good. 14 new games. We knocked off 5 from our Shelf of Shame Must Be Played list, so we have 5 left.
Yep, we left the
harder ones.
We left the heavy boys for September. September's also a busy month for us, just FYI.
Max and Danielle will be here for a full week.
Yeah, I have to go to New Brunswick to pick up my mom, so I'll be there for a couple days. And I'll be going up to watch football games because I do that in the fall with my dad.
We're going to get done whatever we can get her done.
Yeah.
Now, we don't know. So we're filming this early. I feel like Mama didn't raise no fools. You guys know that we don't film these on the day of. As of right now, which is Monday, we are at 1988 subscribers, which means... Oh, wait.
1990 now.
1990 subscribers. So we are most likely going to be hitting 2K or have already surpassed 2K
by the time
this video comes out. So we just wanted to say a gigantic thank you to everybody who is subscribed and who watches and likes our videos. We are so happy and excited.
And guess what?
What?
We're doing another giveaway.
We're going to do another giveaway.
We'll announce the
details
of that once we get them confirmed. Thank you so much. Just continuously amazed at everyone that supports us and continues to watch our shenanigans.
Yeah, and there's going to be something very special in this giveaway. Maybe a little bit of an artistic touch from us.
Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot we were doing that.
Who knows? And that just reminds me, Jim, we haven't forgotten about you. I will literally send your game today. I keep
We're going to ship some stuff off today, so we're going to go do that right now. Right after this. Jim, Calm down, Jim. It's coming.
Jim, it's coming.
We promise.
Jim just claimed Team Jeff, and now I'm sad.
Yeah, you know what? I have Jim. Nothing else matters. Jim is Team Jeff. We've done it.
He used to be Team Jeff Amy. That is all that we have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, please consider subscribing to us here. Get us to that 2,000 if we haven't hit it yet.
It's
or,
possible.
you know, on our road to 3,000.
Stay tuned for the giveaway of all giveaways.
Stay tuned for the giveaway. Please feel free to join us on our Discord. We've already talked about it, but we wholeheartedly mean it. You will love it there. The people are amazing. We have the best time, the best chats. If you are interested in supporting us on Patreon to get some extra perks, like telling us what we need to do, those types of things, voting on things, etc.
Creative direction.
Creative direction, basically, controlling our lives. All of that information is down below as well. If you are interested in buying any of these board games or any games, first start by checking out your friendly local gaming store. For us here in Halifax, that is the Boardroom Game Cafe located on
Barrington.
Exactly. We'll put all of the information right here. Stop, like why every time? Finally, we have social media.
We do.
Instagram and Twitter mainly. Facebook if you wanna, but it take a little bit longer to respond on there because it's all up to me and not up to Jeff. So you can follow us at Foster the Meeple on those to stay up to date on what we got going on. That's all we have for you guys today. Hope to see you again soon. And now we say goodbye. Goodbye.
Later days. Stop copying me!
I didn't say later days. Goodbye.
It's your own bit.
Back off. Get your own sandwich. Wait, there's 2 games. There's Builders. This might not be the right game.
It is. It is, look. Yes, it is.
Okay, yeah, that's the one.
I love that you were trying to make me wrong. God.
I thought you were wrong.
What a typical Jamie move that was.
Cool. I win. Next up, look at the bottom.
Jeez Louise.
I want you to be surprised.
Drawing from.
Thumb.